last year you were adamant about you won the coin toss, you take the kickoff, and then you kind of adjusted as the season went on. What approach do you take this year with that?
I think if you look at it from an offensive standpoint, we've got 9 returning starters. If you look at the quarterback being one of those starters, you're really, you're replacing the left guard, and virtually everybody else is back. So you have an experienced offense. Generally, when I've had an experienced offense, we like to touch the ball first. So that's how I feel right now. We'll see how that goes. But I've always felt in trying to get as many touches as possible.
Coach, you mentioned the weather. How much can that affect your offense, what you like to do out there?
No, I don't think it'll affect the offense. We got to be really good at substitution, Some of those young guys got to play early. When it's a lot hotter, the Tuitts and the Lynches and the Troy Nicholases and the Atkinsons, McDaniels, all those kids, you're probably going to start seeing them in the first dozen plays, maybe sooner. So when the weather's like that, those young guys that have to gain experience, you're not going to have to wait too long to see them in the game.
Brian, Lewis Nix was in here last night, and he's
pretty good. He's a pretty good soundbite, isn't he?
He's not only a good soundbite, you almost don't recognize him from last spring. His body's changed.
Yeah.
He committed, I think, in between coaches. When you first met him and had a chance to talk to him, what were your impressions? Did you know what you had in him potentially?
I liked his personality. Mm-hmm. I thought there was a guy in there that I didn't get a chance to know very well in the process, but as I got a chance to know him, a lot of pride, especially coming out of Jacksonville, coming out of a school that's not really a profile school. He had a lot of pride in wanting to do well here at Notre Dame, and once I saw that, that's pretty easy for a coach when he's got a lot of pride.
I was also curious, you mentioned about Dane being the kind of guy you wanted to coach, and last year you guys were kind of strangers, at least at the beginning. Did you know of him at Notre Dame? I mean, when you were at Cincinnati, did you have any impressions of him? Didn't play a lot.
I really didn't know him. I didn't, we weren't in that stratosphere of recruiting.
Yeah.
We weren't getting those kind of guys from California. So I didn't know much about Dane until I got here, and it's like anything else. You're developing a relationship that's unique to that position. The quarterback position has got to have a different relationship with the play caller. I'm calling the plays, so we had to build that relationship, and that's why I made those comments that we're on the same page now.